The human find. 9 cranial pieces have been thus far discovered, representing roughly 40% of the total skull. Also, a fragment of the right side of the mandible, 2 molars in situ.
Are we to understand that you have recreated the cranium and the jaw with less than half of the original?
The cranial fragments are sufficiently well preserved to exhibit the shape and natural relations of the frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal bones, and to justify the reconstruction of some of the other elements by inference. Yes.
For God's sakes, get on with it. Let us see him. Yes.
Just do it. Very well then. Gentlemen, I give you the first English note.
Doctor, can you discuss the taxonomy? Is this thing human or not?
Certainly. The brain case alone, obviously Homo. However, the bone of the mandible is so completely distinct that I propose the Piltdown specimen be regarded as a new genus. Species may be named Eoanthropus dawsoni in honor of its discovery.
This is only a temporary nomenclature.
Gentlemen, having had the opportunity to examine the find, I have a comment or two.
Before we turn discussion over to the floor, I'd like to ask Dr. Grafton Elliott Smith to speak for a moment about his study of the neurocranial endocast.
Thank you. Dr. Woodward asked me to make a preliminary study of the neurocranial aspects of that. Dr. Keith, is something the matter?
But when did you... I'm sorry.
Would you mind taking your seat so that others may see?
I'm sorry.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
Now then, in the process of evolving the brain of man from the ape, the superficial areas of the cerebral cortex...
You know what I think you'd better make your move.
Well, we have to wait till these blokes take their gloves off.
I don't like your friend.
Who, Darwin?
Say something.
All right. Dr. Woodward, I have a question. What's your evidence for a monistic interpretation of the jaw and skull?
I beg your pardon?
The physiologic evidence is quite contradictory. I mean, mightn't this be 2 separate creatures?
And that's all right, Doctor. I'll address this. We know this mandible belongs to this cranium. Firstly, they are the same color. Secondly, they were found very near one another.
Perhaps we're making unjustifiable leaps of faith. I mean, in assigning these finds to the same creature.
Oh, not at all. You see it very... Yes, it's quite obvious they go together. What I want to know is why you've dated the human remains with the Pleistocene finds. Anyone can see that they are much older. This Piltdown supports my well-known view that man evolved in the Pliocene epoch.
And your widely known view is widely known to be flawed. If Piltdown Man made these tools, he must needs be Pleistocene. An earlier man could not have evolved tool making. There wasn't enough time.
Grant, a moment ago you said that Piltdown Man had the power of speech. Since tool making is grounded in the faculty of speech.
But that is only another of your theories. Tool making and speech are entirely independent of one another.
To be honest, Dr. Keith, examples from the political world show that power of speech and the actual capacity to act in the practical things of life are unrelated.
You see? He's throwing logs onto the fire. You better do something to get them back on the right track.
If I may, gentlemen, the uniformity of the coloration is quite troubling.
Who cares what color they are? What I want to know is why you've taken this poor fellow's humanity from him.
Are you going to comment on my calculation of the brain size?
Yes, are you questioning our study of the brain size?
Not only that, but your jaw approaches too nearly the character of the chimpanzee.
How else would one build it? It has an obvious parallel molar-premolar series, nano-lower.
You've no idea what you got here, Woody. This is tertiary man. It's the grail we've been seeking all these years. He's got a large brain, the power of speech, the capacity to make his own simple tools, yet you are calling him a monkey.
Did you just call me Woody?
Dr. Woodward has made a valid point. Our reconstruction of the brain case...
What do you know about brains?
I beg your pardon.
Gentlemen,
How much more of a rowdy you want?
I'm trying, but no one's listening.
Then try harder.
Another point,
I'll
gentlemen.
let them go, Marty.
I'm uncomfortable with this.
But why? They're all having such a good time.
Look how they're arguing over each other. You have any idea what's going to happen to their careers? We got to put a stop